Okay, get ready. Okay, so it's time for Grandma reads a story, and I have with me today Grandma Bessie in celebration of Black History Month. One of our books is about someone that did something prominent. And based on a true story. So take it away, Grandma Bessie. Which book would you like to read first?
Boats for Poppa.
Okay. Oh, beautiful.
For my mom, who has always been there for me. Aaron, who was always there for me too. And Vincent, my dad, who's always with me. Buckley and his mother lived in a small wooden house by the sea. They didn't even have much, but they always had each other.
Oh, okay.
Buckley loved the beach and the things he found there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is fun to pick stuff up off the beach that comes to shore in the ocean.
And he loved to make things with his hands. Making boats out of driftwood was his favorite thing at all.
Oh, okay.
Mama, look what I made for Papa, said Buckley. What a wonderful boat your Papa would be proud, said Mama. I wish I could show it to him, said Buckley. He missed his Papa. A few days later, it was Buckley's birthday. He and Mama had a glorious time. She gave him a brand new set of paintbrushes to make his boat. That evening, Buckley and Mother went for a walk. Buckley brought along a little boat he had made especially for Papa, with a note attached for Papa, love Buckley.
Oh.
Uh-huh. I'm going to send this boat to Papa. If it doesn't come back to shore, I know he got it, said Buckley. And he placed his little boat in the water. They watched Bob up and down as the tide carried it out to sea.
Wow, that is a little boat.
It's a little one. Mama, can I send more boats to Papa? Of course you can, said Mama. I think he would really like that. After Buckley had drifted off to sleep, Mama went out on the beach and thought about Papa. She missed him too.
Bet your Papa liked the water.
After that one special day, Mama and Buckley would take a long walk on the beach so that they could send one of his boat off in the ocean.
Ooh.
And on each boat, Buckley tied to a note. It said, for Papa, love Buckley. Buckley worked hard to make a new boat all the time. Big boats, small boats, long boats, short boats, boats that really sail, rope, and even tiny ankles.
Oh, wow. Look at how big they're getting. How cool.
Yeah. And each time he made a new boat, it was even better than the last.
Yeah, wow, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Buckley sent his favorite boat to Papa. He always took extra special care to make those most beautiful at all. Look at the beautiful boat he made. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's a really fancy boat.
Uh-huh. Soon it was Buckley's next birthday. They built a fort, played pirate, and looked for buried treasure on the beach. Mama even made Buckley a very special cake for the shape of a boat. At sunset, they went for their walk, sent the boat to Poppa. Suddenly, Buckley realized he forgot to write a message. I'll be right back. He said, I need to write a note so Poppa know the boat was for him. He said anxiously.
Okay.
He went into Mama's room to get some paper from her desk. As he lifted up the lid, he found all the wooden boats he had sent to Poppa. My boat, what's Mama doing with my boats? Buckley closed the lids and said quietly, the boats must have washed back to the beach. After all, they had never reached Poppa. He sent them out, but they never did get to Poppa.
He was thinking they were making him.
Yeah. Mama was waiting for him on the beach. Buckley slipped his note in the hull of boat and placed it in the water. Together they watched it drift off the sea. After a long day, Mama tucked Buckley in the bed. Thank you, Mama. I really had a great birthday, he said with a yawn. And thank you for making every day a wonderful day. You are welcome, sweetheart. I love you, said Mama, and kissed him good night. Mama walked on the beach and looked out to see about their Poppa. Carefully, she pulled Buckley boats from the help to brush off the sand. As she rapped gently in the shawl, she saw a note Buck had read. It read for Mama. Love, Buckley.
Oh, poor Mama.
The end.
Oh, what a nice story.
Yeah.
So he made all those boats and he thought they were for Poppa.
Right.
Then he discovered that they never made it to
They
Poppa.
never made it to it. They never made it.
But he figured out it must have been Mama that had put him in that trunk. And so instead of being angry at her for or saying, how come you didn't tell me? Or
right.
You know, he did just the opposite. Why do you think that is? His note said, thank you, Mama.
Right.
Why do you think that was? It's kind of odd. Why don't you say thank you, Mama? All the other ones, he said for Poppa. So this one he says from Mama.
Well, he she was happy that he was sending boats out, but they wouldn't get into to Poppa.
Or maybe he just appreciated everything.
Yeah, he appreciated everything.
It's going to be from Mama because of all the things he did for him and made it a special birthday.
Then she made the birthday cake made out of boat.
And they played pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates looking for buried treasure.
Yeah.
So, I really like that ending. It's gratitude.
Yeah.
It's grateful. So, kids out there that are watching this video or watching us live, maybe you can say thank you to Mama too, or thank you to Dad, to Papa, or because that means a lot.
Right.
Don't you think? And so those are common words, but the feeling that you have when you get a thank you is uncommon. It's a great feeling inside. So thank you so much, Grandma Bessie, for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
And then, so what is our next story?
Oh, I get to read the other book too?
Yeah.
No. Wrangler trees Wrangler trees of peace.
True story from Africa.
Yeah. The earth was naked, but even the mission was to try to cover up the green, okay? Get started. Ringer lived under an umbrella of green trees in the shadow of the Mount Kenyon in Africa. She watched the birds in the forest where she and her mother go to gather firewood for cooking.
All those trees. Okay. The birds.
And she helped harvest the sweet potatoes, sugar cane, and maize from the rich soil. Raina shined in school. And when she grew tall like the tree in the forest, she wins a scholarship to study in Africa.
Ooh.
Yes, she won a scholarship to study in Africa. Six years later, her studies over. Raina returned to Kenya home to see the change would happen. She wondered where are all the trees. Raina see women bending from hauling firewood, miles and miles from home.
Wow.
She seen barren land where no crop grows, and where are the birds?
No birds if there's no trees. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Thousands of trees have been cut down to make room for buildings, but no one planted new trees to take their place. Will all Kenya become a desert? She wondered, and her tears fall. Raina think about the barren land. I can begin to replace some of these lost trees. Here's his own backyard, where one tree at a time, she started planting trees and seedlings.
Wow.
She started planting trees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that would be sad to go home and have all the trees and birds and everything
Right.
gone.
Yeah.
Miles.
Yeah. Watching the seedling take roots give Wrangler the idea to plant more, to start a farm baby tree in nursery. In an open space, she planted row after row of a tiny tree. Next, Randy convinced the village women to plant trees and good things. She gives each one a seedling. One live better will be better when we have trees again. You see, we are planting the seeds to hope.
Wow.
Some women spread out over the village planting tiny trees in a long row, like green belts stretching over the land. The government men's law, women can do this. They say it takes training for us to plant trees. The women ignored the law and kept planting. Raina pays them a small amount for each seedling still living after the month they first earned ever. Oh, she paid them.
Oh.
She paid them to help her plant them trees. Word traveled like wind rustling through leaves about the green returning to Wrangler's village. Soon other women in the village, in towns, in the cities, in Kenya is planting long rows of seedling too. She got them all interested in planting trees.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But they couldn't continue. Wrangler stand tall as the oak, protect the trees from remaining. We need the park more than we need the office tower.
Wow.
The government men disagreed. Wrangler blocked their way so they could hit. She got hit with a club. They called her a troublemaker and put her in jail. And she still stand tall, right? It's right, even if you are alone.
Whoa, she's brave.
Mm-hmm. But Rain is not alone. Talk off the trees spread all over Africa, like ripple in the Lake Victoria. More women heard the talk and planted more seedlings. It's no longer a row. The seedlings took root to grow tall until they all was 30 million trees where there were none.
30 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
They planted some trees. Woo. The umbrellas green in Kenya returned. Women walk tall. Their backs straight. The row they can gather firewood after they home. They planted trees for firewood too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see them right here. The land is no longer barren. Sweet potatoes, sugar cane, maize grow again in the rich soil. The whole world hears the wrangler trees, and of her army, the women who planted them.
Wow, now there's all plants and all kinds of vegetables.
And if you were to climb to the top, very top of the mountain today, you would see a million of trees growing below, and the green wrangler brought back to Africa.
Oh, wow.
The end.
Okay. So what did you think of that story, Grandma Busty?
That was a good one too. You know, they didn't want her to plant trees there, but she did, and after that, you know, they locked her. You know, she got locked up, got hit with a club. Then after that, all the women was planting trees.
That was cool. Is that it went from when she went back, she was like, oh my, it was barren. You know,
Yeah.
trees were gone. There weren't any plants because nothing would grow because the birds hang out in trees. Without the trees, there's no birds, no bird droppings, no fertilizing, you know, so all that stuff. And and they had to walk miles and miles. So, and then so everything came back. The ecosystem, the birds came back. And the vegetables started growing again.
Yep.
So it was a whole.
Because the birds like to, you know, flap in them trees.
So what we sometimes think is, well, I'm only one person. What can I do?
Right.
But sometimes if one person can start something, and like she said, it's the ripples in a pond. You know, there's something drops in the middle of a pond, it's or water drips in the middle, and then it kind of like spreads out.
Yeah.
Bigger and bigger. And there's a fox all the way across the lake, and so that's what she was. She was just that one little. She started with one tree, and then she got other people and
get them involved, and they was all planting trees.
Yeah. So
the village and the towns.
And it was hard and then some people thought, oh my gosh, she's a troublemaker. You know, she's planting these trees, and she's not.
That's why she got locked up, because they said she's a troublemaker.
Well, sometimes doing good things, and she just said, what right is right. She's going to do what's right.
Right.
And so sometimes you can't take to heart of things other people say, and do things that are right for you. So how do you think, so what do you think was there anything that was the same between the two stories?
They was different stories, because this was planting trees, and that one right there like to do the boats.
Yeah. But they both used wood. It was about wood. So one was planting trees, and one was he used the driftwood to make boats.
That's right.
What driftwood is made from trees. So, but yeah, they were very, very different.
Yeah.
Completely made up story. The boats for Poppa is a made up story, and the one about trees is based on a true story. A woman that did actually start planting trees.
Right.
In Kenya. So which one did you like the best?
I liked both of them.
couldn't decide, huh?
Uh-uh.
The one about votes for Poppa was, I don't know, somehow a very touching story.
Yeah.
So is a woman being determined to bring back the country that she saw when she went away to school, and then she's determined to plant trees and
Yeah.
bring back her country and not leave it a barren wasteland. She was a pretty determined lady, didn't give up. So, okay, so usually I start out with saying that this is Grandma Reads a Story is a joint program with the Foster Grandparents Program of Oakland County, sponsored by Catholic Charities of Southeastern Michigan and Pontiac Public Library. But since I didn't start out with it, I'm going to end with it. And I'm going to invite everyone out to the Pontiac Public Library as well on Saturday. We're having a Black History program from 2 to 5. There's going to be lots of fun things that are going. We're also going to tell who won the story, the Black History Month story contest. So Black History contest. So and we are going to have things going on, bookmarks and books and giveaways in the library, kinds of activities, and invite everybody out there to join us again on Saturday from 2 to 5. And Saturday would be February the 26th. So hope to see you at the Pontiac Public Library. And thanks so much, Grandma Bessie, for reading these stories. And we will return next week again.
Okay.
So, everybody has a happy and healthy day. And goodbye.
Bye-bye.